Hi, I'm thinking of doing a little video. I'm about to go to the Red Sea for my first liveaboard trip, so I was going through my certifications card because you need to show certification there. So I went through them and I saw another video where they said like what courses are worth to do and not, and I think it was a very fun idea. So I'm gonna go through all my courses that I can find I have and see whether I think they actually gave me something. Uh, So this night unlimited visibility, yes, I think that was meaningful since learn to communicate with your torch, and since most dives in Sweden are low visibility, I think that was a good course. I don't mind having that and be able to dive at night at the Liverpool or when you go abroad. I think it's good to have that because they might ask if you are a certified night diver. So I think it has a purpose. Ice diving. Fucking hell. Uh, I say it's fun. I do it every second, third year or something. It's not like, oh, I gotta do it, but it's fun to do it. Dive under the ice, very beautiful. See when the sun hits the ice, and it's a very special thing. But I don't like being tethered into it, and it feels like it's not really feeling free. It feels like you're going in a leash and dive. But of course, safety reason. Otherwise, it would be a very technical course, and you have to lay in your own line and stuff. So I understand why it is, but it kind of make it very limited kind of dive. But it's very fun, and you should definitely do it once, or if you live in the colder environments. That is, otherwise, why would you care? Deep diving. I loved that one before. I'm not sure I'm really fancying it now because of. I have to check this one. I don't remember. If it's 40 meters, it allows you to go to. I think it is 40 meters. And 40 meters, usually, you don't get much time at. The NDL gonna be very brief. You have some few minutes and you have to rush, not rush, not like descend the uncontrollable, but you have to steadily move up directly. So you go down deeper toes and back. It's very little time to dive. It takes a lot of gas being down there. It, if you have nitrox 28%, I think it is, then you might get some additional minutes. Very little, not very much. But we had like extra weight and extra cylinder there at the safety stop, and we had all that shit that is required for that. So it taught me a lot about that. But when it comes to it, doesn't give you much freedom. It just allows you to do an eco dive, go down, dip your toes in 40 meters, and you get a little bit more nitrogen narcosis in the process. So I don't really think this is all that good since it's kind of touches the borders into tech, but not really being tech, and you give like a very well short time at that depth. So it's like down dipper toes, and then you constantly have like NDL chasing you up. So just go the advanced nitrox or whatever it's called when you start with the deco. Um, I feel it's fun, however, that you can go to 35 or 43. That it's not like 30. It's like you can go up, all the way up to 40, but you don't necessarily have to go to 40 because it just it requires gas, a lot of gas to breathe down the air, and NGL will be very short. It will be a very brief dive, so I don't really know if I need 40 as recreational diver, but I think it's good to have bigger availability than 30 meters. So it's good in that way, but I don't necessarily think you should go to 40 meters because then you a little bit like norked down at 40 and it's very close getting the eco. So I feel like you're walking a very thin thread. I think that's like why, but I like that you can go deeper than 30. Maybe if they would have deep diver specialty to 35 meters instead, maybe it would make more sense. Yeah. Uh, Enriched air nitrox. definitely worth it. It taught me understand the whole partial pressure. It allows you to do tech courses later on. It's a what do you call it, risk. Oh, you have to have that to go to the next level. So that is a must have. And if you're being at a dive boat, they need that. Otherwise, no nitrox. And especially at dive boats, you need nitrox because you dive a lot. And if you dive deep several times, it's very good to have that extra oxygen content in your breathing mix. So it's make a lot of sense. This one, I didn't even remember that one. So obviously, not. It didn't give me shit. Oh, these two was a combined course for me. That we usually do this together: the dry suit and perfect buoyancy. When we did that together, at least my dive center used those two together. I think it was helping me very much. Maybe it wasn't the course, it was the teacher, I suppose. That teacher was really, really good. I dive with him from time to time, so you notice that he is more like a tech kind of guy, because I believe we did way more than just the course material. We did like finning technique, the frog kick, the modified frog kick. We did like back finning. We did I don't know if we did helicopter. I think we did way more than just buoyancy, and see how much weight do you really need. Don't be overweighted. So what weight do you need? And then we trimmed so we got better at it. I noticed that I was a better diver afterwards. So definitely worth it under the right teacher, that they teach you something that they maybe should have taught you already at open water, but why not? This one. Is the advanced recreational trimix. It's not really a recreational course, but if you can take it, why not? Go down to 51 meters, I think it is. I haven't dove any tech dives in 100 years. It's like I don't have an ambition to do it directly in the near future, but definitely at further in, I really love to do more tech dives. But I noticed that the helium was expensive. Every time you use trimix, it's like boom, you have like $100 or 1,000 Swedish crowns for just the helium, and if you should have the 50% nitrox or pure oxygen, that costs as well like 500 Swedish crowns, so about $50. So it adds up very quick for very little diving. So I don't do that kind of dive very often. So I noticed I dismounted my argon barrel very fast, that I felt like I don't need this in a long time. And I noticed that my deco bottles got more and more like I don't use that very much. I can use the stage like Alu 80 for extended dive time and all that, but I don't do much deco. And now when I gained like a lot of kilos, I felt like that could also make it more susceptible for getting the bends or decompensating thickness. So I don't do that much now, but I'm really happy I did the course. It really opened doors, and it was very fun course and very good course, and you became a way better diver with supervision from a tech instructor with very high demands on being able to do all the valve drills, have a good trim, have a good buoyancy, have be able to shoot the SMB perfectly and handle the deco bottle and stage bottles, and be able to have good finning techniques. And if you just take that course, and if you fail it and don't get it, I think you'd be a better diver afterwards, because those few dives you do, and very long dives by the way, when you're training at that level, when it's like the fundamentals, the essentials, or pure tech courses, usually it's way longer dives. Then it's like not just one bottle, then you have used both the whole twin set at one dive, then you take your next twin set. They usually want you to have 2 twin sets or very close to filling stations, so you can do 2 proper long dives. Then it'd be like 2 1.5 hour in water practicing, and you know, I think it's very worth it, but it's not a recreational, so I don't need that card where I'm going. And this one, side mount course, well, it's good to know how to get started. So I think that's a very good thing to start with, not just fool around yourself, and even if fuck around and find out can help out. I didn't go the essentials when I got my twin set. I dove for 2 years with that, and eventually I got good enough to be able to do thick courses. But I asked the instructor, "Can you watch me and see if I'm good enough to, you know, am I wasting my time and your time and my money on this, or, you know, am I good enough?" And after 2-3 years, then I was like, "Okay, you're good enough." But it took a long time for me to learn on myself with friends, YouTube or other things that just go the fundamentals, the essentials, or intro to thick, whatever name they have for that course. And this one, wreck diving, but not in a technical sense, the recreational sense of diving. And then you do even need course, just circle around the wreck. I don't remember, we used a little bit of a spool or something like that. I don't remember what we did really, so that course I felt was like unnecessary. I don't remember anything from it. I didn't get like, okay, now like epiphany, now I know how to do wreck diving. Since it's not a penetration of any sort, that's still a recreational level. Then I don't know why you take that course. I don't know why I did take that course. Maybe I needed a special course to get the advanced open water, because if you take special courses, you get it by automatic. Instead of taking just that course, you can get it by taking several specialty courses. Well, so that is my evaluation of the different courses that I have done.